Hello, I'm Amber Hoy. Thank you for letting me speak today. I was in the Army for 8 years, and I'm an artist. I work at Kala Art Institute as the artist program manager. I'm a combat veteran. I deployed to Iraq in 2006 as an ammunition specialist. There were 4 women in my unit, one of which I worked with. And so being a woman in the military presents its own set of challenges, and one of them being that there's not very many of us. When people imagine a soldier, they often don't think of someone that looks like me. And there's so many stories of women not being recognized for their service. I'm sure you've heard of them. People asking women veterans at the VA if they're there to pick up their husbands or their fathers. Someone recently asked me if I was a doctor at the VA, which is an improvement, I guess, maybe. I've met women veterans that after separating from service, they almost wipe the experiences from their minds, like it never happened. They don't go to the VA for resources they have access to. And being a woman in the military can be a lonely experience. After coming back, somehow it becomes more isolating. A female veteran is 2 times more likely to take her own life than a civilian woman. After I came back from Iraq, I didn't talk about it. I was 21 years old, and it took me about 5 years after my deployment to start making work about the military and service. And I recognized that there was a need to share. And if there's one thing that I've learned is that we're not just talking about veterans making artwork, we're talking about building a community and staying active with that community and about staying alive. The following images, these next 2 images, are from the San Francisco Art Commission, the exhibition Not Alone. The exhibition was in part funded by the CAC Veteran Program. Here's another image of my work. And what was most important to me about this show was that I got to meet more artists and veterans through the creation of this space. Exhibitions can be a place to share ideas and stories and ask questions. And my inbox filled with messages from veteran women expressing that they saw my work and heard my stories, and for them it was on point. It felt good for them to know that someone was making work and that their experience wasn't as isolated as I once thought. Sorry, these images are kind of small. There are grassroots veteran art programs all over the country, and one such unofficial program was at UC Berkeley. Aaron Toole, the ceramic tech, opened up one of the UC Berkeley workshops, the ceramic tech workshop, and for 2 weeks we made work. We descended upon Berkeley. We had no money to fund this program, but we made it happen. We slept in every nook and cranny of Aaron's home. We made paper, we threw pots, and we put on an exhibition in their gallery. We hung out, we went camping, we ate dinner. At this point, I was living in Ohio and finishing my grad program. And over a year later, I got a job at Kala Art Institute, and I invited veterans to make prints in our space, and we shared ideas and collaborated, and we had fun. This is an image of Drew Cameron, the artist behind Combat Paper. Combat Paper is paper made out of military uniforms. Drew was awarded a fellowship through my organization's community engagement program and worked with another nonprofit called Planting Justice. Planting Justice employs men transitioning out of prison. They work together and use Drew's techniques to make paper out of prison uniforms. And this is one of those pairings of veterans and former prisoners working together, building a community and sharing skills. Veterans have a desire to serve their communities and to help. I'm also deeply interested in how veterans, after they use their GI Bill and how they're out of school and they're professional artists, how do they sustain careers when academic jobs are thinning? How can we continue to support veterans in art careers? So this is a picture of the print studio where I work. We launched our first veteran residency program last year, and it was something that I brought to Kala. I manage 7 residency programs, and the veteran art program is one of them. Kala is primarily a printmaking studio. We have etching, lithography, screen printing, letterpress, and new media. For some veterans, it was their first time working in this medium. This award provided them with a stipend, a class, and obviously the studio residency, and also an exhibition in our gallery space.
Go ahead. Yeah. Sorry.
Yep. Come on up. I want to welcome Senator Nielsen, Jim Nielsen, who's a wonderful member of the State Senate, the Dean of the Senate, and a great champion for veterans, former chair of the Veterans Affairs Committee, current vice chair, I believe. And we're on a panel here, Senator, relating to veterans' voices. These are personal experiences of veterans engaged with the arts, and we're hearing from Amber, who is presenting her experience. She's an Iraq war vet.
Thank you. So this is my last slide, and I just wanted to reiterate that this is so much more than veterans making artwork. It's a survival plan. So many veterans I've talked to don't know what they would have done without the arts programs that they accidentally fell into, warrior writers, combat paper, vet art, because it provided a community, an outlet, and somewhere to be. And in one way or another, these programs are very connected. It's kind of a network. And when I was going through grad school, I noticed that some veteran artists shied away from their work being categorized as veteran art. They were afraid that they would be considered art therapy or hobbyists. I asked a mentor how I should unpack this. This is something I should be worried about. And he told me that that was ridiculous, that all art is art therapy, and if the work that you make is not therapeutic, then you're doing it wrong. So thank you for letting me speak today.